Let's talk about cell phones. Cell phones are great control surfaces in TouchDesigner because they can send the OSC messages, and they are full of sensors that can do all sorts of cool things. And recently I bought a new cell phone hoping it could act as both a tablet and a cell phone. Using TouchDesigner as the interface, I could make it my own graphics tablet. So I bought a Samsung Note8 with the pen. And for quite a while, I had trouble finding a good app. There's quite a few that are 3D apps that have the pressure that come from the pen, but most apps don't have the tilt. But I found this really cool app called Stylusis, or Stylusis, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. And so I made this little demo program to show you what it can do. Right now you're just looking at the native Android app coming through a capture card and onto a virtualized cell phone in TouchDesigner, which was built and rendered in TouchDesigner. And then the pen itself, its movement is being generated by the values coming from the app. So you can see that it's sending lots of OSC messages. And it's smooth. It's really good. It's really good. This is going over Wi-Fi, not over LAN, at home. So just to give you an idea. The tilt I put on it is just about the same as the tilt that's being virtualized. I think I've got my one rotation a little bit off here, obviously, but I've got too much rotation on my tilt. The values weren't totally obvious how to make them work, but it actually only took a few minutes, a little bit of thinking. So let's have a look. This is the app Stylusis. Start again. So in all my TouchDesigner apps here, I just made a mention of this one on Slack to go along with this video. So my stylus isn't working in the app anymore because the app is turned off. So that would be one cool feature if the programmers of Stylusis could come up with, would be having it run in the background while other apps are running, so I could, continue to use my phone and still get virtualized input about what I'm doing with the stylus. That would be cool if it could run in the background of the Android. But anyway, the interface of the app looks quite plain and simple, but it's quite descriptive of what's going on. It tells you what the internal speed of the Android is running at. So it's running like 400 frames per second, giving these values, which is awesome. And there's lots of resolution in the X, Y, and pressure values. I'm not totally sure about the orientation and tilt, how resolute the sensors in the pen are, but either way it's coming across really fast. And this app also has this really cool feature, the stroke visualization, which can show you the, what's going on in there. Now it's funny that actually the pen's not working. So I'm going to just get out of this app. I'm going to close it from here and start again. Because I forgot to put in an IP address. That is another thing this app could do with is maintaining the IP whenever it's closed, allowing you to save the IP so that you could quickly exit and enter the app without having to do much setup. Okay, so that's about it. Oh no, I was going to show you the stroke visualization as well. with the pen on. So you can see the tube that's being created is going to be in reference to the angle that you are holding it at. Very cool. The idea is to be able to reproduce this sort of software inside TouchDesigner and make custom brushes. So this is how the cell phone was generated. It gets pretty ugly up in here. But I made just a screen, and that screen gets whacked onto the case. And inside the case there's also a hole for where the camera array goes. And inside the body you can see the camera array. Just pretty simple. And you can also see the text and the pen. So this is the OSC coming in from the app. You see it's quite smooth. Whenever you're doing this, make sure that your global rate is off and it's not cued. That way you won't have any stepping between frames. The reason I named them short and long was because X and Y changes as you rotate the phone, so this way you can logically align it. And here's just seeing how smooth the values look over time coming from the app. So you can see a slight bit of stepping in the orientation and tilt, but that's because those aren't really extremely resolute sensors like the pressure sensor is. Like you can see there's no stepping in the size, and like you'll never ever push the Samsung pen to 1. Like I feel like I'm already almost going to break it at 0.6 or 0.7. Like there's a lot of pressure on it. So it's a really cool app, and right now it's in beta stage. So I suggest everybody who's got a stylus on their phone or tablet to check this out, because it will allow you to do your own custom brushwork really easily. So here's just an example of what that might look like. Lots and lots of control over pressure. Now this is a horrible example, and I'm losing some frames because I'm recording in the background and I have so many windows open. So if you go really fast, it doesn't look that good. But I promise you, it works better than that when you go really fast, whenever there's not as much going on. Like it works really good. And you can also put a cache or a time machine ahead of your circle, or right behind your circle, and line them up to like kind of interpolate in between the frames. So let's say you were losing frames, you could put in whatever, you get the